Hello and welcome to Mr. Hill's Math Minutes, the video that will help you help your student find success in mathematics. And today we are getting down with the decimals, in particular, addition and subtraction of those decimals. But before we get started, please like this video, share this video if you think it could be helpful for someone that you know. Share the video, share the love. Let's get back to the decimals. Adding and subtracting of the decimals. The decimal, it is to the right of the W-H-O-L-E. It's the piece of a W-H-O-L-E. There's one key thing when it comes to adding and subtracting of decimals, and that is to line up the decimals. So let's start with an addition problem here. We have 3 2/10, and to that 3 2/10, we will be adding 1 5/100. So we have our places here. This is the ones place, the tenths place, and the hundredths place. So 1 5/100, 3 2/10. We have 3 2/10. And to that we will be adding 1 5/100. Draw our line right there. So you may note that there's nothing above this 5, but all we have to do is we can put a 0 in there if we want to, and it makes you more comfortable. So in addition, it doesn't matter if one's bigger on top or bottom, we just add them up. So I have 5 and I have nothing to add with that, so it will remain 5. Working our way to the left, here we have a 2, and to that we'll add nothing, so it will remain 2. Very important step, bring that decimal down. And we will end in the ones place where we have a 3, and to that 3 we will add 1, and last time we checked that will give us a total of 4. So adding our decimals, we must remember to line those decimals up. Let's move on to our subtraction problem. Using the same set of numbers, 3 2/10 along with 1 5/100, let's write that down, stack it up vertically. Now, once again, we have this blank spot over 5, which we will now put a 0 in. Lined our decimals up. Because adding this 0 does not change the value of that number. It's still 3 2/10. We have 5 on the bottom and 0 on top. Well, that's going to cause some problems because this top number needs to be larger than the bottom number for us to subtract. Therefore, we're going to have to regroup. So let's look to the left. We have a 2 here, which we can borrow 1 from the 2. So we will mark through the 2. That will leave 1 there. And we're going to take this 1 that we borrowed, we're going to place over here next to this 0. Now I'm going to mark through that 0 and put a little 10 up top. So now we have a 5 on the bottom and a 10 on top, which we can take 5 from 10, and that will leave us with 5. Our new situation in the 10th spot, we have a 0 on the bottom and a 1 on top, which we can take 0 from 1, and that will leave us with 1. Make sure our decimals are lined up and bring that decimal down. In the ones place, we have a 1 on bottom and a 3 on top. We can take 1 from 3, and that will leave us with a 2. So to subtract the decimals, 3 2/10 minus 1 5/100, make sure our decimals are lined up, make sure we regroup, and we'll find the difference of 2 15/100. That is subtraction and addition with decimals. I'm Mr. Hill. See you later. Oh, wow.